Hi guys, how you doing? So, how's Tricks doing? Uh, Hope everyone's keeping well. So, who we got over on YouTube in a minute? We got Panzer, we got Graham and Robert, and Muse in a minute. How you all doing? So, big game tonight, eh? We're gonna win. um, it was funny on Monday there because obviously at work, a lot of Scottish, and when they were playing the Czech Republic, and I'm like, one of the lads is like, yes, they scored, and then he's like, oh no, it's Czech Republic, and I'm like, yes, and they're like, whoa, what's going on? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's going on? Says, who did you support when it was England v Croatia? Croatia, of course. So well, there you go, get it up, yeah. So yeah, tonight will be fun, and it'll be a laugh afterwards, um, especially Monday morning. Evening, Patrick. How you doing? So quickly before I start, the good old Ross Medlock, good friend, sent me a challenge to build this 132 Spitfire Mark 1. And the challenge, I guess, is partly to do with the kit because some of it's loose on the sprues. And secondly, he gave me some ram decals there, but it's for an IXC. So here's my theory. What I'm going to do, once I've finished either the Chieftain or the Tirpitz, I'm going to build this as a Mark 1, and I'll paint the markings on it with masks. And I've ordered an IX, a Mark 9 Spitfire 132 to use the challenge with the decals. So in theory, I'm doing a double build when the time comes. At the same time, I'll build the two at the same time. So part of Ross's challenge is sending me the decals and the kit. So I'm going to have another kit, Rebel kit 132 coming, which is the IX Mark 9. And I'm going to do them both at the same time. Like I say, I spray the markings on the Mark 1 and I'll use them decals on the Mark 9. So that's my plan. So Ross, hope you approve. But once one of these builds is done, then that's what the plan's going to be for now. I don't know what it is with this brainwave of everybody's of sending me kits as a challenge, but I accept any challenge, so we'll go for it. So there's my tank so far, my Chieftain, and I did put my little metal wires that we did, the towing things on that, and that's it so far. So, and I only did that so I don't lose them. But we'll get back to the Chieftain another day. Tomorrow I may or may not be live. I'm been invited out for a meal and a drink, so I might be in time. I might not. We'll have to see how it goes. So hopefully I'm back in time, but you never know. Hi Jane, how you doing? Bummed up what wasn't easy due to starting to drink. I know that feeling, Sarah. I'll be on the drink tonight watching Scotland get pumped. The joys of being English living in Scotland. Our boy and all that's walking about today with his Scotland top on and everything else, and I'm just giggling to myself thinking, not happening. So anyway, back on the old Tirpitz. So that's where we was before we started doing the upper camo there. And we've got these little bits, and these little bits, they pop onto there. These little metal bits onto there. And so we've got these little edges to paint as well. So we'll get them done today. Move that out of the way. So I'm just going to put that there for, oh no, I better keep it here and so I can mark where I've got to paint. So it's just a bit of banter really about the football, I guess, today, and just do a little bit on this at the same time. Fred, challenge, cheer for Scotland in the football. Not a chance, Panzer. Not a chance, pal. cheer, cheer for Scotland. The only challenges I have are model related. It's like I said though, I don't know what everyone with the letter R in their name seems to be sending stuff and sending me these challenges and out of my comfort zones and things like that. I mean, part of the challenge with that Spitfire kit is partly, for me personally, is the fact that it's a Spitfire and it generally, most of it, once I get the other kit that I've ordered, it's not military, which is different for me. All my builds have always been military, so to do it in them civilian colours, I know, it's going to be quite interesting. It's silver underneath, white on the top, and then the blue. So it'll be quite interesting to see how that goes. That's for sure. So I'm just going to tape up these metal bits. Me and this masking tape, I should have shared them and stuff. Just bought the 135 TPZ 1 Fuchsias A4. Alright. I'm going to act like I know exactly what you're talking about. Go, ooh, lovely. But to be all fairness, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo what all that is, mate. But that Spitfire kit is a Max model's favourite box site. Wears a t-shirt with it on. Alright, awesome. I mean, 1960s. I mean, the box art is amazing. You know, the box art is really cool, I must admit. And you got to love the way that they like hyped it up, the kit. You know, it's like 11 inches long with a 14-inch wingspan. See the upper panel, side panel for additional important features on this impressive model. You know, wheels and propellers that move, it says. You know, you got to love the way that they worded things back then. And then it's like super detailed cockpit interior with detailed instrument panel, realistic flush riveting and skin lines, retractable landing gear, and a highly detailed pilot figure in a flight suit. Finely engineered detailed miniature of a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, visible in a removable cowling. I mean, just the way they marketed it back then is just craziness. It's really cool. But yeah, the box art's awesome. Evening noodles. Go on, Scotland. In your dreams, pal. You wait till Monday when I walk in and you're all like, shut up. I used to like you, Fred. I can't wait. Wheels and propeller that move. Ooh. That begs airplane noises. I've actually got some little motors somewhere. If I can find them, I might put a little engine in there. A little motor in there, get the propeller turning. We'll see how we go. Hi Colin, how you doing? So, on the, obviously where I buy the Spitfire, it's on its way. It'll be in a few days. and I'll be using them civilian decals on this older kit, the 1969 one. What I'm planning, apart from the fact that I'm going to be apart from the fact I'm going to be using spray on for the markings and insignia, I've also got coming from a friend some of them 3D decals, you know, the new 3D ones for the interior. And I think he might have a set of seat belts, harnesses, seat belts, whatever you want to call it, and an instrument panel for the 132 Spitfire. So I'll put them on the old kit as well, just to spice it up a little, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So there's me just quickly sprayed that in the grey. I know you can't see on this camera, but you can see on this one. So it's just because I don't want to get any overspray on the actual model. So I did kind of eye up the whiskey and thought I'd start early, but then I didn't bother. But I will finish just before 8 o'clock, so we can all go and watch Scotland get pumped. Off for 2 weeks. I know you are, Noodles, but it don't stop me hounding you on your phone, pal. Evening, Stuart. How are you? Ship ahoy, pal, as you said. So how are you doing, Colin? All right, pal? Hope you're keeping well. Viking whiskey that I brought you. Oh, Stuart, I drunk that, pal. Very nice too, it was. Thank you very much. And if Steve Curtis decides to watch this in a little while, because he sometimes does, I've drunk that special bottle that was 57.8% or whatever it was. I've drunk that too. That's gone. So I've got a Tennessee Jack Daniels Legacy 2 bottle I got today as an early Father's Day present, because obviously I'll be working on Sunday, so I've got that, which is very nice, I must admit. Yeah, just been sorting video uploads ready for my time away. All right, yeah. Do you know when yet, Colin? Send me a message, pal, if you do. Be interesting. Thanks, Daniel. How are you doing, pal? Good to see you. Been a little while. Evening, Emerson. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chats there. Don't worry about that, mate. Never apologise. Everybody, don't ever apologise if you haven't managed to watch my lives when I'm live. Life gets in the way. I know that full well. You know, I went from modelling all the time to literally an hour or two a week. So I know how life gets in the way, and it's never going to kind of change for me because it's the new job and everything else. So don't ever apologise anybody for not watching or anything like that. You're all on my friends list. You all support and whatever, and we're there for one another no matter what. I've just been so good, man. I've been taking care of my wife the past few months. Unfortunately, she's become a little star. Oh, bless. Sorry to hear that, pal. You know, like I say, if you ever want to chit chat, mate, just send a little message. If I'm at work, I'll catch you after. And if I'm not at work, we can chat away. I do little vid chats as well because it's easier than typing. I find with typing, some people can take it the wrong way. With a vid chat, you can see the expressions, so you know how people are. Stuart Payton, JD Legacy, all nice. Yeah, it's the Legacy 2 bottle. It was half price, which is expensive if you buy it at the right price. I love seeing your work. It helps distract my mind. Oh, cheers, pal. I just muddle along and do what I do. I'm okay, mate. I'm still sore from my car wreck I had the other day. Yeah, I did notice that, mate. But when did I notice? I was just finishing work and I saw it. And obviously the internet's not great on my phone. So when I come home, I kind of hit the sofa and fell asleep. So apologies for not commenting on that one. It's not nice when you're in a crash. So there's the dark greys on there, just that edge there. And then what'll happen is I'll get the right one. I've done both sides, but when that goes on there, when I put that on there like that, it'll be dark grey on there. Yeah. You'll still see underneath there. Can you see under there? So that bit under there, or just there, is going to need a little white bit putting on. Look. Yeah, just to bring that camo, that dazzle camo up. So I'm going to need to mark that. I'm just going to use a pen. I'm just going to mark that there. I can't see what I'm doing, that is. So I know where to put my masking tape. I think that's right. I can't see properly there. No, that's not really marked it very well. Right, I wonder if I can scratch the paint doing it. Because it's right in the back there. Yeah, there you go. Right. So, on this one, let me move that out of the way again. You're not going to see this, but in there, just in there, I've just scratched where I need to mask to. And I'll use a bit of this 6mm tape. I'm just going to try and mask that and get that white painted on it. Evening Fred, so he's still shipping out. Yes, mate, yes. What happens is my new hours, I'm working Sundays to Thursdays from 12 until 9 o'clock at night. So I have until 12 o'clock in the morning to post orders out. So when orders come in on the site, I post them out the following morning before I go to work. So nothing's changed on the shop side of it. It's just obviously I have to try and make a living at the same time. It's all right running a shop, a website shop, but it's non-profit, so it's I have to have a full-time job as well to pay the bills. But yes, everything on the website's still running and whatever, you know. Let me just concentrate on this a sec, sorry. I want to get this line right. It's a bit fiddly in here. It's not going to work. I thought I might be able to bend it. Let's see what the chat's saying. Gratitude friend, life goes on. I'm following your work. Strong hugs from a distance in Brazil. You're more than welcome, pal, anytime. You know that. But I have to say, if it's ever England v Brazil, you're out of luck, pal. Because then the banter will start. Oh dear. I don't even really keen on football, to be honest. I'm not a huge football fan, but I do like the wind ups and everything else. Great fun. Really got to try and get this to get to that angle I want. Just got a slight angle on it. That'll do me. Oh, lovely. Right. I'll tell you what I've done in a sec. I ain't fake doing the Tirpitz and getting a ship shape and ready. Oh, right, yeah. I've had lots of people ask me about the shop and all that, so but it's all good. So I'm just slapping a bit of the old tape on here quickly, and then I'll do the white, and you'll see how and why it was done. So it looks crazy. You see that little bit in there, and that's the bit. A lot of people panicked when I got the full-time job because they were like, "Oh, what about when I want to order stuff?" So I've had quite a few messages and stuff about it, so that should clear everything up anyway. My missus is actually chuffed because when I was doing the day shift hours, she was the one having to run to the post office for me. I just don't get time for social media much, just since this new hours and stuff. Obviously 12 o'clock, you know, by the time you're up and you're with it, it's time to go, and then it's 9 o'clock before you finish, and then it's like 9:30 by the time I get home, and it's like the last thing you want to do really is go on to social media and spend hours on it. So all that effort for one silly little white bit. Like that. As quick as that. That's it. Evening, Dad. aka Scaling Models or Mike. Evening, Conrad. Evening, Miguel. You all ready, Conrad, for tonight? I can't wait. So I'll probably finish about 5 minutes beforehand, roughly, before my hour is up. Right. All this effort for this little bit. Yeah. See it? That's it. It just means when that goes on there now, I'll show you. And I put that on there, it tallies up. That's it. All that for that. Absolute craziness. So we can glue that on. Now it's a little bit bowed, this bit, so I'm going to kind of use a bit of a double method. I'm going to use some of this trusty little bottle of super glue here that is really good and it's cheap. I use this quite a lot. It's you get it in Poundland. You get like 4 bottles for £1 and it's really good. It's thin stuff and it works really well. So I'm just going to pop that on there and hold that down for a sec. How you doing, Scott? Good to see you. And that has pulled that right down straight away, that piece. It was slightly bowed. And that's just held that. But I wouldn't rely on super glue because obviously we all know super glue is really brittle. So a bit of the old Tamiya extra thin afterwards. And we're good. Just to make sure it's down proper. I'm just going to hold that for a minute while the extra thin dries. Like I say, it is kind of bowed, this part, so I mean it's an old kit, so inevitable. It's playing silly buggers with me. Yeah, I've got it. No worries, Pansy. You take care, pal. They're not, pal. England will be fine. It's the Scots I feel sorry for. Good stuff, Scott. I see there's quite a few on Facebook. If you go, get my hands right now. There, that's YouTube. So, what battleship is that one? Oh, it's the Tirpitz Tamiya 1350 Daniel. Evening, Richard. Yes, I'm good, thanks, mate. Hope you're keeping well as can be. Right. Still waiting on this bit of glue here to dry, and there's absolutely no way I've got a clamp big enough just to hold that down. Just that little bit on that edge there. It's just not sitting how I want it yet. I think what I'll do, I shall use a little bit of tape and pin it down with that. Hopefully that will hold it like that for a minute, just for a minute. Hopefully that's got it. Well, I just glue this other one on. We have another little one here. just there. That goes on there like that. There's no camo work on that one, so we're all good. Yeah. Yep, there you go. So we've got the two, we've got the piece on there, and the piece on there, the metal plates, and then we've got the little bit under there following right through, right deep down in the back there. So all good. So we've got the other side now. So we've got our dazzle on that side pretty much covered now. For now, until the guns go on, the big guns. Now we've got to do all that messing about like I did before and get that edge grey all the way around there. But it seems it's only 32 minutes. It's not worth that hassle on this episode. So what I might do is we'll take a look at the guns that we built before. And if you remember, before I built all the guns, or most of the guns and the little boats and all that lot, and I labelled them all with numbers and stuff like that. So we'll take a little look at them, mate. Because I can see that this one here will be fully grey anyway. So it's just looking at these printed sheets, figure out what guns go where, and then spray them in the correct colour. And I'm just looking, right, that's the front. So I want trying to see what number guns it is. Oh, there you go, that's the better sheet. So right, so on there, they're 18mm turrets, I think that says. Trying to read this sheet. No, 15cm turret A's. And they are what number did I write there? Right, A, 4A. So if I look in here somewhere, there you go, 4A. That can't be right. That's far too big for there. Oh no, that's the 38, sorry. C's I want. A, B, 4C, there you go. Go. There you go, 4C. So there's me guns. So these beauties apparently go on there like that. So I can see a bit of camo that's going to be going on with them ones already. Right. Let's leave that one on there so I don't get muddled up. And that middle one is also 15cm. What's that saying there? Right, that one and that one. 15mm turret beads. Oh, hang on a minute. Right. So, well, I can go a turret A. Right. So, turret A's go in there. Like that. And we should have where's B? Should have a 4B here somewhere. 4E. See, this idea with tape, it worked out well at the time. A 4B. Right, it's this one. This one here goes in the middle there. So, we're going to have to paint these, which is going to be great fun. Not. You can see that there. So, they've all got to be painted up now. In greys and whites and everything else. So, that is pretty much white across there. And across to the gun barrel there. I need to look to see if the gun barrel's white as well. So that would match that pattern. That one needs to come across the way there. Like that. Okay. Right. Pictures. Bear with me a sec. Tirpitz. The guns were coloured as well. Right, the guns are just in the grey. Sorted. Right. So, we'll get them guns painted up. Might take a minute. And then we'll probably get the white on them too. While we're at it. What I'll do is I'll paint the gun barrels individually by hand after. Just get these patterns and everything on it first. No worries, Graham. No, don't drown your sorrows, pal. I'll whip some grey on there. First of all. There you go. Right. I see it in the dark grey compared to that one. You can see the difference. I won't get muddled up now. All good. There we go. So that gone there, that one stays grey. You're all right with that. I can put that on there for a minute. Like so. This one here, once it's dry in a minute, pretty much dry. And just about there. And that one has a little bit of white on it. White's still like that. It's handy. Because what I'll do now, quick cocktail stick. Try and get it a bit reasonable height to my eyesight. Like that. And I need to go there. Bit of tape. See what I'm doing. Like that. And then across there like that. Right. Hopefully that's pretty much right. Double check that. Now, it's fiddly like this. That'll do me like that. And then this one. Across there. And round. hard to judge where it goes to. It definitely goes up like that. So we'll go with that. So we're going to go, all that's going to be white there. And that one. Roughly. And this one. All white across there. Back to the white. Like so. Alright. Good one, David. Too right, mate. That's what I'll be shouting. Although I can't have flags up. Obviously, living in Scotland, I would end up with bricks through the window. That's not stop me winding the boys up all day. When I see them walking the streets with their Scotland tops on and I'm just shouting, "You're going to get bumped." And they just look at me and laugh. They're used to me now. No worries, Apple. You take care, pal. He's going to get pumped. Evening, Ron. Cheers, buddy. How you keeping? How was your birthday? I saw you. Obviously, I sent you a birthday wish, and then you said thanks for the birthday wishes. But I hope you had a great time, pal. So, removing the mask, we have a grey and white gun. A little touch up now here and there, but we'll sort the barrels out before I glue them on. There's no rush to sort the barrels. And we have our other one there, grey and white. Now, if I've got this correct, which I have by the looks of it, I can turn it and show you. Obviously, the gun barrels I'm going to repaint, but there you go. So if you're looking at the line, kind of line of sight kind of thing and all that, I mean, obviously that can turn a little bit, not that one, this one. You turn it a little. Once you've got it in position, the guns are actually part of the pattern, if you know what I mean. They're in line. So we've got our dazzle, even in that little bit under there, it's all blending in and working its way up. Obviously the barrels will get painted a different colour and I'll paint the barrels by hand, just purely because, see, trying to mask all around them barrels and that would just be an absolute headache. Not worth the headache. You know, for the 2 seconds with a hairy stick, it will be good. So we'll do that with that. And I do believe it's in the lighter grey from what I've seen on images. So all good. I do have a great day and I'm still busy with a cougar. Good man. Yeah, social media I just had not time for. I feel bad, but 3-0, David. Yeah, I think so. But there you go. Like I say, I'm not a big football fan, but yeah, when it's England v Scotland and I'm English living in Scotland, it's yeah, I like to watch it. Have a wind up. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, so we've got them. So we managed to get the 2 metal plates on. We managed to get the little white bit right in under there on this metal plate as well. And we managed to get some of the guns on there and it to line up. I mean, it even lines up where the edge there to the edge of that white there, you know, it all blends in right and matches. Look at that. So all good. Chuffed to bits. I'm not going to glue them in because obviously I just have to try and remember not to turn it upside down and they all fall out. So we've still got big guns to do. We've still got all the upper structure to do, and it's all that same kind of crazy working it out with the pattern. But yeah, all good. Cheers, Richard. Should look good once all the upper structure's on, and I keep doing that same kind of process as I build it up. In theory, the dazzle should follow it up and do what it should do and all that. There's still a long way to go on this. Only having an hour on it a week, it's a lot to the kit. Obviously, even the rigging is going to take probably a good few sessions just to get that done, but it'll be great to get it done and weathered and everything else and see how it goes. Ron, England 4, Scotland 0 would be my prediction. Good man. Loving it. Yeah, so anyway, we've got 7 minutes to the football. So I really don't want to cut time short for everybody. So next time we're on, I've still got all this edging here to do to bring the camo, digi camo, keep calling it digi, dazzle camo. Still got all this edge here, like we did the other side the other week. And then we'll do the same principle again with the guns and the metal plate and follow the camo lines. And then we'll be starting to do a bit more of the upper structures and building it up. But we'll get there. No rush. No point rushing it. Rushing it spoils it. So, that's where we're at. Starting to get the guns on and it's starting to look the part. Just while you're there, Ron, because you never saw earlier, I did put on your metal towing lines on the tank, on the chieftain, with the steel lines that I did in steel before. So there's the chieftain looking cool there, and there's the turret now, look, with a dulled down with that black wash that I put on it. And yeah, right. Oh yeah. Oh, I keep sprue glue at it. Sprue glue at it then. Who's that then? Right, someone playing games here then. If screw glue is not screw and glue, then who on earth is it? Basically. So that's that really. Like I said, on the Spitfire that I got sent as a challenge, I'm going to build it as a Mark 1 and spray the insignia markings and then use the civilian decals and use the Rebel Mark 9 IX. It's a new tool, I believe, 2017, I think, apparently. So I'll be using the civilian decals on that. So then it's the right aircraft, because I did look to try and convert the Mark 1 to a Mark 9, but there's too much headache. A lot of it's to do with the nose cone shape and all that, and there ain't a conversion set. So I thought, well, it's easy just get an IX Spitfire and use the civilian markings on that, and then build that kit with the spraying on markings and a few little added extras that I can conjure up. So should be good, which will be after either the Tirpitz or the Chieftain tank. I'd imagine the Chieftain tank will be finished first. Right, so the original sprue glue, I've got 3 minutes. Come on, what's your first name? The challenge is coming along nicely. Cheers, buddy. It's a great kit for an old kit, roughly the same age as me. It's a nice kit, that's for sure. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to go and switch the telly on and watch this football carry on. And basically that's it. Like I say, tomorrow I'm not 100% sure. I've been invited out for a meal. I don't know what time I'll be back. Hopefully I'm back in time for a live. Maybe I'll do a live a bit later. We shall see. But I might do one a bit later. It depends how many drinks I've had by the time I come back. So that's it. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And come on, England. And that's all I can say, really. Sorry to all my Scottish pals where I live, but that's life. You're going to get pumped. Simple as that. Cheers, Moose. You too. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. And you know where I am if you need me. Bye for now.